Looks like we're having some trouble transmitting there due to these situations in New Zealand right now. But what he was saying there in regards to the New Zealand's National Crisis Management Centre being activated is that the defence basically has control of what the local councils are doing. A very dicey situation right now in New Zealand, and Jim's doing a great job of covering that. We will have more information on that as the day develops, and of course any new information we'll be passing on to you.
Yeah, and we'll get back in touch with James and see if we can hear the latest information.
We can take a look at the satellite imagery, at least of New Zealand right now, and just see what's been going on, because that's the remnants of Tropical Cyclone Cook combining with that very tropical air, that very cold air mass to the west, and that cloud approaching the North Island, that is what's causing that heavy rain, and it's really kicking off right now across the Coromandel Peninsula and the Bay of Plenty region, and it's only going to be getting worse. Look, there's warnings out, of course, for severe weather in New Zealand right now, but what we have, which is key, is the fact that there's going to be a lot of coastal inundation with these areas, and in fact, it looks like the tide is going to be abnormally high, akin to a king tide sort of a situation, and it's because the low pressure center is going to be coming just before the high tide comes. Only about a few hours after the system makes landfall is when the high tide is going to be there. And so what that happens is as the water level is rising naturally, the artificial rise due to the cyclone will be enhanced, and then we also have the situation of these huge waves that are going to be impacting the coastline. So in and around the Bay of Plenty and the Coromandel Peninsula, and even throughout that sort of Auckland Bay area, is really going to get hit by a lot of coastal flooding, big damaging waves as well.
So I read there have been evacuations ordered from those low-lying areas around the Bay of Plenty and also the Coromandel Peninsula.
Yes, Coromandel Peninsula.
As well. So definitely a developing situation there, with the cyclone centre expected to cross this afternoon, this evening?
Yeah, that's right. It's expected to cross into this afternoon, and unfortunately into Friday, as we can see. The situation only gets worse for the South Island, which today is experiencing severe weather about the west, but tomorrow, Christchurch and Dunedin, you're in for about a very wet and wild weather with widespread gales across the east coast as the remnants of that system track across the North Island and then hit the east coast of the South Island on Friday. The weather really only is set to clear on Saturday, and even then we're still going to have some pretty gusty conditions and windiness, but really just confined to the western side of the South Island. So for the major centers in the north and the east of the South Island, it's going to be clearing up on Saturday. But Friday, as you can see from that forecast there, another very wet and wild day.
Yeah, when you look at the track of it, it just goes all the way down.
It pretty much hits every populated region, including Auckland, Wellington, Christchurch, and Dunedin. They're all going to get a taste of this, each with varying impacts, of course. But unfortunately, it is going to be a period of very severe weather, and this is why authorities are making such a big deal about this situation. It's affecting a very large percentage of the New Zealand population.
Not good news over the Easter break, and also the authorities encouraging people not to travel. So if they had plans to travel over the Easter break, to change those plans and especially not head towards that severe weather. Okay, we will have a look after the break at the forecast for the Easter break in Australia.